Good morning. It's Wednesday, the 3rd of January, 2018. Welcome along to today's United Kingdom talk. We're still with the Christmas stuff. Oh, yes. Remember the 12 days of Christmas. The 12 days of Christmas, my true love sent to me. We were trying to sing this last night, weren't we? We did a little bit of a show last night, boys and girls. And myself and my mate Ronnie. He came round about 9 o'clock last night, and I think it was about 10 o'clock we went live on stream. Oh yes, we went live on stream and had a little bit of a chatette, which a lot of people enjoyed. I'm glad you enjoy our sort of shows when we do them from the place downstairs. Just a minute. Turn that down. Oh, you might be getting a bit of an echo there. When we do them from the living room downstairs. And last night we played Ker-Plunk. You know Ker-Plunk, that's the thing with the little balls. You put all these balls in the top and there's all these sticks and you have to pull out sticks and not dislodge the balls. Something I've wanted to play for about 30 years. But we never had Ker-Plunk. And recently, last couple of days, Mr. Entertainer, which is our toy shop here in Bracknell where I live, they've got a sale on with all the toys and all that business. Online as well. I'm sure the other shops are doing it as well. Toys R Us and all that business. If there's still any of those open. So I went and bought a load of games. Ker-Plunk was one of them, and we played that last night to great success from his side. Unfortunately, I lost. I know how disappointed you all were with me last night. I haven't slept. I haven't slept due to my losing of Ker-Plunk last night. Most disappointing, but that's the way it is. So we played that last night. And I don't know, we got onto the subject of Christmas decorations somehow. And he said, when you taking... He asked me when I was taking mine down, not on the show later. I said, well, don't you know the 12 days of Christmas? You do not take Christmas decorations down before the 12th night. So by the 6th, they have to be down. That's the 12th night, the 6th. Okay? So somewhere on the 6th, you can take them down. And then I said, surely you know the song. On the first day of Christmas, my true love sent to me, and all that business. Now, what was the 12th? I was trying to remember it. Now, what's the 12th? On the 12th day of Christmas, my true love sent to me 12... 11... 10 maids are milking, 9 ladies dancing, 8 maids... No. 10 lords are leaping, 9... I can't remember what it is now. But you know the 12 days of Christmas. And what is the 12th one? 12... Is it something to do with birds or something like that? Drummers drumming. That's it. Thank you, Shania. 12 drummers drumming. 11 lords are leaping. 10 ladies are dancing. 9... Oh, I can't remember what it is now. How do you remember those carols? Oh, yeah, 12 drummers drumming, I know. So that was it. We were trying to remember that. And then suddenly it just came to me and it all came down one after the other. Of course, I can't remember now. I haven't been up long this morning, dear. I've only been up an hour. I do set the alarm, you know, so I can come and talk to you in the morning. And talk we do. Let's say hello to some of the early people who are sending in the messages this morning. Good morning to Andrew, who's there on YouTube Live. Good morning, Andrew. Shania's there. Morning, Shania, you beautiful lady on the Isle of Wight, who was offended last night by my mate. He offends everyone, Shania. Best thing when my mate is talking, just in one ear and out the other, lovey. You don't need to take any notice of anything he's saying. He's a bit Prince Philip. You know what I mean? Prince Philip said something the other day, and once again, people were offended on behalf of someone else. And the story was that he saw someone with a beard, I think on a building site or something like that, and he pointed at them and said, "Is that a terrorist?" And other people, not the person he was having the joke with, were offended. The snowflakes were offended. Oh, that's really offensive. The snowflakes were offended. Nothing to do with them. Nothing to do with them. Well, in this morning's Daily Mirror, look at this. And this is the Daily Mirror swinging hard to the left. The left. Bearded builder branded a terrorist by Prince Philip defends gaffe and insists he was only having a laugh. This was the bloke he was pointing at. And I've got to say, if Prince Philip If I ever met Prince Philip, it's, oh, hello, Chris, you're my favourite poof. I wouldn't be offended. I would take it as a joke. Why can't you take it as a joke? I've had it for years. Years, dear. Good, straight friends of mine say, all right, you old poof, not offended. Why would I be offended by that? Go and find something else to be upset about. What about old Donald Trump at the moment? My button's bigger than yours. Oh, please give us a break, will you? We got King Jing Chong Impong, in North Korea, who says, my nuclear button is always on my desk. And then Trump comes along and says, my button's bigger than yours. Is that what it's come to now? Mine's bigger than yours. Huh? Whereas everyone on this programme knows mine is bigger than everyone's. Believe me that now. Anyway, in the Daily Mirror this morning, dad of two, Alistair Ashby, 40, was watching the royals head into church on New Year's Eve when the Duke of Edinburgh quipped, is that a terrorist, and pointed at his beard. I love it! The dad of two reportedly only started growing his facial hair a few weeks before the Duke of Edinburgh's blunder at the weekend. Oh, he must be a real man. A little bit like me. If I don't shave for 2 hours, my beard is touching the floor. It is. It is that long. My beard is touching the floor. Because I'm a real man, boys and girls. I'm a real man. Not like some of these little Twinkie boys, about 22, 23, 25, 30 years old. And I'm going to grow a beard. 10 weeks later, there's about a millimetre there. There's about a millimetre. Anyway, the royal was walking past the dad, his wife Catherine and their young daughters, who had been talking with a royal bodyguard. This bloke reportedly said the bodyguard laughed at the joke while his wife thought it was close to the line, but was not offended. There you see, not offended. So all these people who are moaning about the comment, nothing to do with you at all. Mind your own bloody business. You know what it is? They are jealous because Prince Philip wasn't talking to them. That's what it is. He's decided to talk to this bloke instead of them. I'm really fat. He shouldn't really have said that. Oh, get real. Get real. This is the real word, love. Real world. Some people were saying he had mistaken a hipster for a terrorist, but I'm not a hipster. I don't know what one is. Me neither. Don't they take drugs? Hipsters, aren't they on acid and all that business? Hipsters, yeah, man. Yeah, man. Dylan in the Magic Roundabout was always off his head, weren't he? How did they get away with that? A children's programme and an off-the-head rabbit all the time. We had the best fun when we were children, I'm telling you now. Not like this lot now. Not like, you can't say that. Please. The gaff came as Prince Philip, who was 96. And at 96, can't you say what you want? Can't you say what you want at 96? I think you can. The gaff came as Prince Philip, 96, was greeting crowds at Sandringham, where he walked to church. I mean, it's not exactly a dodgy area either. Sandringham, it's very posh. I could live in Sandringham, because I'm posh. You can hear it in my voice, innit? You can hear it in my voice. I am posh. You probably couldn't live in... Well, Shania could. Shania could. Vectis? Not so sure. Not so sure if your dad could come, Shania. But I reckon you could, darling. You could get very involved in the church, dear. You could be cleaning and polishing the shirt, that the chair that the Queen sits on. Or indeed Prince Philip. Although I would imagine his chair needs cleaning afterwards. He might have a little bit of a problem down there, Has he got a commode? Does he sit on a commode in the church? An onlooker said the man appeared to be with his wife. So there we are. The bloke knew it was a joke and laughed along with Prince Philip. As indeed it should be. All right. Hello to John Child this morning. Good morning, John. Welcome to the show. Still on Christmas holidays. Nice one, yeah? Of course you're on Christmas holidays. 12 days of Christmas. Good morning to Juan. Good morning, Juan. I've got your tea bags. I'm going to send you 5 Harrods tea bags in the post. I'm going to send you 5 Harrods tea bags in the post. If I can, I'll get them out to you today, okay? 5 number 14 Harrods English tea bags. Because yesterday, I went out to afternoon tea with a friend of mine, Ashley, yesterday, which was a wonderful, wonderful time. Paul says Zebedee in the Magic Roundabout was always off his face. Yes, he was. It was a kids' programme, and it was all these little cartoon... And they weren't cartoon characters, they were models, the Magic Roundabout. Look it up on YouTube when I finished the show, OK? It's absolutely charming children's programme. It really was wonderful, but he wouldn't get away with it today. Yeah, oh, you can't show that, you can't do this, get real. Get real. So afternoon tea yesterday was very, very nice indeed. Left the house at about 10:30 it was. Oh, and it was pouring down with rain. The idea was I was going to cycle to the train station, which I usually do. If I go into London on my own during the daytime, I cycle into the train station, jump on the train, go into London. You don't want to be driving in London. You know, you really don't, unless you've got a disabled pass or some sort of special thing so you don't have to do the same as everyone else. It's just not worth driving into London during the daytime. It really isn't. And I would normally get a train. Well, as luck would have it, it was pouring down with rain, which wouldn't normally be a problem because I just got put wet things on, you know, wet protection, plastic stuff and all that business. But I had a nice jacket on and all that, and I thought, I can't wear that. So what I decided to do was get the car out, drive to Richmond, park there, and then walk across the road, because the station isn't very far from Richmond. The car park isn't very far from Richmond Station there, although it would have cost us another 20 quid. So I got the car out of the garage. At this point, my neighbour appeared, Dave, who lives next door. And he said, where are you going? I said, I'm going to have to drive to Richmond and get the train. I said, normally I'd cycle up to the station, but I'll get so. He said, well, I'm going that way. I'll give you a lift. I mean, how lucky was that? So I put the car back in the garage. Dave, honestly, you couldn't wish for better neighbours than I've got here. Really. Fantastic. You never hear them. Hopefully they never hear me. You know, so that was wonderful. Got in the car, he's got a nice little Golf. He's got very nippy. Dropped us at the station. I got the train at 11 o'clock, and I walked into Harrods at 12:30. You know, the entire journey, including the car trip from here to the station, was about an hour and a half. From Bracknell Station to Knightsbridge Station, and walking into Harrods, an hour and 20 minutes. That's all it is by train. You know, you could spend an hour and 45 minutes getting there, maybe another 15 minutes looking for somewhere to park. Oh, it's a nightmare. So we did that. Got into Harrods about an hour before I was due to meet my friend Ashley. And I had a walk around. I bought some tea, which is where I got your tea, Juan. Okay, I got your tea bags. Bought a load of tea, actually, not just one box. I bought a load because I don't go there very often. Usually, I buy this loose tea and she measures it out of this big canister thing, but they didn't have any of those left, so I had to buy little tea in boxes, which was about 25p more expensive, but that's okay. So I bought that. Then I bought a little gadget for my iPhone. If you were watching the karaoke stream on Monday, you would notice the sound wasn't particularly very good. And I think the little connection thing had gone wrong. So I bought another one of those, which they sold in a technology department in Harrods. Oh, you've got to go up there and have a look. Oh, they've got these great big speakers. And I can't remember what they are now. I can't remember the name. I've never heard of. Could it be Beco, something like that? Don't know. Anyway, they're white and they're like, there's a speaker at the front, one at each side. And when they're pounding, they move boom, like that. You know, there's something to look at as well as listen. And they were about £2,000, these speakers. So you go and have the money. And they had this other thing. I think it was a bulldog or something like that. And it was like a statue. Like a metal, well, it was plastic, but metalish looking statue. Again, about £2,000. And the speakers were this dog's eyes. Very, very strange and mysterious. That's what they are. So that's that. Had a look around in there. And then went back outside and met my mate Ashley outside Knightsbridge Station, where it actually stopped raining. He came in. Immediately was worrying about cigarettes, and I thought to myself, well, you've just come on a train, you've come all this way, why have you left it till now, till we're about to have tea, to look for cigarettes? I said, I think they sell them in here. So they sent us downstairs, but they don't sell cigarettes in Harrods. They sell cigars. They sell cigars, yeah. So we didn't get any cigarettes there, unfortunately. Then we went up to the Georgian restaurant and sat down and we had an afternoon tea. And as was last time I had afternoon tea at Harrods with my best mate Ron, the service was absolutely impeccable. It's excellent service. We weren't hungry. We had one lot of sandwiches. They come, would you like any more sandwiches? Oh, go on then. Yes, we might as well. And another plate of sandwiches each. This is all within the price. There's no extra if you want more. Which is, I think, is a good way of doing it. You know, you go in some places and you charge for every little thing, aren't you? Oh, we've got some tomatoes. Yeah, it's 20 pence. Or can I have some salt? Yeah, it's another 10 pence. And everything is charged for, isn't it? No, just pay the one figure and be all in. So we had that. We had a glass of Harrods champagne each. We had the cakes, little cakes on top, and they still had little Christmassy ones. There was a little Christmas tree, a little chocolate thing, which was absolutely delicious. Really, really nice. We had scones. But at this point, we're full up now. So he's left his second scone. And I'm sitting there, can't eat anymore. We've had copious amounts of tea while we were sitting there. And then he said, can I have the bill for it? Oh, you haven't had the last course. Oh, is there some more? I looked at him with a shocked face. He said, yeah, well, you haven't had the trifle yet. I said, oh, yeah, I remember the little trifle from last year. He said, they're only small. I'll go and get you a couple. And he bought us the two little trifles, which are little dainty things in glass jars. And we had that, and that was nice as well. So I paid the bill for that, and then we walked through Harrods, and time to come home again. And once again, I walked onto the tube train. Years since I went on a tube train. Years. Honestly, I think the last time I went on a tube train, they had wooden floors. I kid you not. I kid you not. So I got on the little train, which is the Piccadilly line. They're the really small ones, aren't they? Tall people seem to be touching their heads on the roofs in there. Got on the tube train. I went from Knightsbridge to Hammersmith, then Hammersmith to Richmond, and then a mainline train from Richmond home. Again, the whole journey, about an hour and 20 minutes. And my best mate kindly offered to give me a lift home from the station instead of me walking. If I walk from Bracknell station, it's about 40 minutes, 45 minutes, which is some going in the rain. So my mate turned up and I rang him on the way there. And came home, had a little sleep, got up, and then we did a show last night, as you well know. Did a show last night. We played Ker-Plunk online. When I say online, we had the Ker-Plunk game, which we played, which my mate won, and we did all that as a show last night. So if you missed that, just go to my Facebook page, facebook.com/Chris Redden UK, and then scroll down a little bit and you should see Ker-Plunk. I think the title is United Kingdom Talk, Tuesday the 2nd of January 2017, and it's say Ker-Plunk at the top there, as well as our usual inane chatter that I do with my mate. Okay, so that was my day yesterday, and that's how I got your tea bags, Juan, which will hopefully be on their way to you, if not today, tomorrow. Okay, because I've got a day off tomorrow. It might be easy for me to go to the post office tomorrow. All right, back to some of your messages then over on YouTube. Let's have a look. Paul says, do you think Mr. Ben was a bit weird? Yeah, but wouldn't you like to be Mr. Ben? Do you remember the tune? I loved Mr. Ben. And he used to change in that cupboard, didn't he? And he'd open the other door and go out to another world. I wish we could all do that. Wouldn't that be lovely? You know, like, for example, I'm sitting here talking to you and, do you know, I fancy today going to Disney in Florida. And then I could just push a couple of buttons, open that door, and I'd walk into the Magic Kingdom. You know, twinkle there when you wish upon a da 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 da. You don't hear that much in Disney anymore. Do you know what you keep hearing? Let it go. Let it go. Let it go. That's all you hear when you're walking around Disney anymore. What happened to the other tunes? What happened to the Little Mermaid? I hope she didn't drown. Did she? Andrew says, pink windmill. That's someone at the door. There's someone at the door. We'll answer it then. Grot bags, of course. These are all old children's programmes people are talking to me about. Andrew Parker, Tony Hart's The Gallery. painting that was supposed to be by kids but looked like professional adult artists. What, Andrew? I mean, I would be surprised if they weren't by children, actually. I think in those days, certainly the BBC were very truthful. I'm not so sure about now. I think a lot of it's made up for television, made to look better for television, the sort of thing I mean. But yeah, certainly people used to send in pictures to this programme Vision On, which was supposed to be for deaf children, but it was for everyone. They'd send in their pictures and put them on the wall, and they'd do this, and they'd be all the sign language and all that business. And I always remember he say, we do give a prize for all those we show, but we can't return any of the pictures. And some of these pictures were wonderful, but when you see children's pictures, I mean, some of them can just do it, can't they? I cannot draw to save my life. About all I can draw is a house, with 4 windows and a door and a roof, maybe a couple of trees and a little pathway. That's about it. I cannot draw. That is not me. Can't do it. I can talk. Other people can't talk. Put them in front of a microphone, they freeze like that. I can talk and do other things. And I was saying this on the show the other day. You've got to find what you can do. And I always say this to young people who come up and talk to me. I don't know what I want to do yet. You need to find what you're good at. Everyone, I don't care who you are, everyone is good at something. Everyone. Autistic people, very, very, very clever people. Unfortunately, they can't get it out, can they? But they are very highly intelligent people. I've seen blind people who can paint. What about deaf musicians? Beethoven, deaf as a post. How the hell did he make such wonderful music? Everyone's got something. And often if someone is short of a sense, whether it's sight or hearing, they are good at something else. Although, how does Beethoven, how did he manage to do that with no hearing? I've seen pictures painted by blind artists. Wonderful, wonderful pictures. Fantastic. Posh kids' parents must have had them painted and sent them in. I like that. Yeah, I reckon. Scooby-Doo was great until Scrappy-Doo got added. Yeah. Scooby-Dooby-Doo, where are you? Scrappy-Doo, what was he about? They had them, didn't they? Oh, they read them. I think they're talking to each other. I need a TARDIS. I do need a TARDIS. I like that good. Andrew says, how about being good at not being good at anything? Is that you, Andrew? Okay, over on the Facebook there, Kevin says, good morning, Kevin. Morning, Kevin. Who won Ker-Plunk? Ronnie, I'm afraid. Ronnie. Hello, Diane. Welcome to the show. Welcome. Hang on. Am I going the wrong way here with the messages? Am I going the wrong way here? I seem to have lost the ones at the bottom there somehow. Maybe I left it too long. Oh, no, there we go. Drummers drumming. Lords are leaping. 10 lords are leaping. 9 ladies dancing. 8 major milking. 7 swans are swinging. 6 geese are laying. 5 gold rings. 4 calling birds. 3 French hens. 2 turtle doves. And a partridge in a pear tree. That's it, innit, Shania? That's it, darling. That's it. Oh, Shania, you work. Make sure you tell him you're offended just to upset him. You'd make sure you tell him. All right. Kevin says Donald Trump's is bigger and more powerful. Is it? What, his little old button there? Oh, let the boys play with their toys. The trouble is we all get damaged if one of them pushes it, doesn't it? That's the trouble with nuclear war, unfortunately. It's not contained. So if a bomb goes off, I don't know, somewhere in... Well, it did, didn't it? Where we had the Russia... when we had the Chernobyl... That's like a nuclear bomb going off, wasn't it? And all the stuff goes into the air and it spreads out across the globe. And we're all affected. We're all affected. This is the trouble with nuclear war. We're all affected if it was to go off somewhere. You can't be sitting there, oh, it's okay, that's over in China. No, it goes up and then spreads out, you see. Very dangerous stuff, this nuclear stuff. I wish it had never been invented. But you can't uninvent it, can you? Other people would say that the fact that we got nuclear stuff stops anyone else chucking stuff at us. So, I don't know. Good morning, Mark Jones. Welcome to the show, Mark. What brand of kettle does everyone have? Kevin, I said this to you last night, didn't I? It doesn't really matter about the brand of kettle, but you want high kilowatt. I don't know, get a 3 kilowatt kettle. If you only get a 1, it'll take forever to boil the damn thing. I remember being camping once, and we had to boil a kettle on one of those gas stoves, you know, little gas stoves that you put the cartridge in the bottom and turn it on. Oh, God blimey, that takes forever. It absolutely does take forever. Okay? Right. Good morning to Jones Jane. Chris, you said Ker-Plunk was played the 2nd of January 2017. Sorry, 2018. Thank you, Jones Jane, for your correction. I expect I'll do that quite often over the next couple of weeks or so, till we all get used to saying 2018. I remember when we all had checkbooks, and it went on for months, people writing 2018, doesn't it? Eh? Kev says, I wish someday you'd talk about immigrating to the UK, and if you know someone from America who's done it, what is involved. I don't know. I don't know how you No, you're emigrating from the UK. So what are you doing here? You are immigrating. Yeah, I don't know anyone who's immigrated, really, and all the paperwork involved. I suppose there's all sorts of questions and all that sort of thing, isn't there? Each country works differently. I think it's very difficult to get into America, to immigrate into America. I think that's quite difficult. I don't know. I'm afraid. I'm sure there's government websites you can check on there. Presumably you'd have to have a job to come to. I don't know how it works. All right. Juan reckons that Chernobyl thing. Oh, well, we thought we were all finished then, weren't we? People died there. People died so that we could be safe. Otherwise, it would have just kept pouring out all this nuclear waste stuff, doesn't it? Good morning to Ray Reynolds International. Morning, Ray. You're a bit late today, dear. We've nearly been here half hour. Oh, dear. He's got a 1,500 watt kettle. Yeah, that might be a bit slow. I think it's a 3 kilowatt kettle. Let me have a look for you. 3 kd kettle. Did you buy from Amazon? We probably get it. Yeah, there we go. 3 kilowatt kettles. Amazon. Hang on a minute. You're in the States, aren't you? There's loads. It's going to cost you about, I reckon about $30. $35. Get yourself a 3... What was that? I heard noise then. Did anyone hear noise? There was a strange and mysterious noise. I heard a bong or something. Get a 3 kilowatt kettle, otherwise it goes on too much. There's my mate Ronnie. Hello Ronnie, are we swimming today? Because I'm nearly finished. I got up early specifically to come swimming with you this morning, although I think you've got dentist at some point, haven't you? What time was that? Good morning to Evan Mack. Morning, sir. Morning. Danny Smith thinks I'm Christopher Eccleston. Yeah, a lot of people. Christopher Eccleston, Vinnie Jones, and actually Boy George, they say as well, though they don't say that one anymore. Boy George, Vinnie Jones or Christopher Eccleston, I look like, don't know. Perhaps Christopher Eccleston was a long-lost brother. You do not know. You do not know. Okie doke. And there we are. So I'm not Christopher Eccleston. Okay, one more story for you this morning. And that is, actually, no, I think we'll do that tomorrow. We'll do that tomorrow. Here's a little story for you. Have you got an iPhone? One of the bigger ones. One of the bigger ones, or the iPhone X. You may have noticed it's quite difficult now because the screen is so big you can't type with one hand. Wow! In the Daily Mail this morning, the new iPhone 8 Plus and the iPhone X models are far bigger than the firm's older handsets, making them tricky to type on without the use of both hands. Apple has now crafted a one-handed keyboard mode as part of its latest software update to help those who struggle using its larger devices. And we're all struggling through life, aren't we? Well, nice people at Apple are going to make it easier for those of you with those particular phones. Once activated, the keyboard shifts to the left or the right of the screen. So if, for example, you're doing it on here, I suppose, instead of having, because you've got to stretch your thumb over, haven't you? And I don't know if you've noticed, I keep getting a bad, up here it goes, bad, let me feel it, there it is there. I keep getting bad there. And it's obviously to do with my phone, tapping away at my keyboard all the time. Well, I mean, on the bigger ones, you've got to stretch right over. And I can feel that now, paining me. pain and suffering just to bring you this program, boys and girls. Pain and suffering. Well, what Apple done? They've made the keyboard shift over sort of halfway, so now you can type with a little bit more comfort. Isn't that clever? It says, once activated, the keyboard shifts to the left or right hand side of the screen, making it easier to reach across the whole keypad with one side. Now, how to do this? Ronnie, are you paying attention? Because you got one of these brand new phones, haven't you? The new one-handed keyboard is compatible with the Plus versions of the iPhone 6, 7, 8, as well as Apple's iPhone X, which is what he's got. With your now, pay attention, everyone. Have you got your phone standing by now? Stand by, studio. 10 minutes till on air. 10 minutes. Here we go. With your keyboard open, press and hold the small globe or emoji icon that appears to the left of the space key. Oh, I wonder if I've got that on here. Let's have a look. To the left of the space key. Oh, I haven't even got... Oh, no, of course it won't. It's not a phone, isn't it? I haven't got a keyboard on it. Oh, I must have a keyboard in here somewhere. Have I got a keyboard? Let me open Let me open my mail thing. How do I do? Maybe type message? Oh, yes, right. Press and hold the small left of the space key. Oh, no, I haven't got one on here. Oh, no, yes, I have. Look, small emoji. That's that thing there. Press, what is it? What is it? Who is it? Press and hold it. Holding the button, oh, yes, brings up a pop-up menu that will give you the option of pushing the buttons to the left or the right of the screen. Keyboard settings, I suppose. Keyboard settings? No, can't do it on the iPad. Never mind, doesn't matter. Holding a button down brings up a pop-up menu that gives you the option of pushing the buttons to the left or the right of the screen. This makes it easier to reach across the entirety of the keyboard if you're using one hand while messaging. There you go. Chris Reardon making your life a little easier on this Wednesday morning. How kind am I? Greetings to Papa Bear in Alaska. Greetings, Papa Bear. You've been there before, haven't you? Hope you're okay. It must be very cold in Alaska, is it? What part of Alaska are you in, sir? And is it very cold there at the moment? I bet it is. Oh, no. Too cold for me. Good morning to Actoids as well, who's with us on Periscope. Just a moment. Good. Let's... Happy New Year from Mallorca. Thank you, Julian. Welcome. I should practice first. I haven't got a large phone there. It doesn't work on the iPad, unfortunately. Right, let's do today's birthdays, boys and girls. Then I just must get ready for my my little swimming that I do daily, most days. Happy birthday today. We've got 8 today. Billy Mack. Hello, Billy. Happy birthday today to Billy Mack, to Motana Morgastine, who today is 113 years old. I'm wondering if that's wrong. I'm wondering if you've got your wrong age on there, but happy birthday, whatever you are. Kristian James, happy birthday, lovely Kristian. John Scott, hello, John. John was a DJ on Capital Gold. Capital Gold, 1548 AM, and he used to drink in a pub called the Golden Lion in Camden Town, where I did the karaoke up to about I think it's over a year now. Is it over a year yet? Up to about a year ago when I left there. It's a pleasure to know you, John. Don't know if you know, but I do karaoke on Sunday nights, although we're from February again at the Camden Eye. They're closed at the moment, having a bit of a refit there, and we'll be back there in February, hopefully, John. So perhaps you'll pop up there at some point. Happy birthday, John. Capital Gold, 1548 AM. Yeah, Capital Gold. Happy birthday to Egla. Hello, Egla. 25 years old today. I worked with her at Belushi's in London Bridge. Wonderful, wonderful times we had there. Hard work, but a great time. Happy birthday, Egla. I never forget people. Jay Sherry. Hello, Jay. 35 today. I've known you about 10 years now, since the old days of CMP radio. Haven't I, Jay? Happy birthday, Jay. Jordan Price today is 38 years old. Looking very serious with that hat on, Jordan. Happy birthday to you. And Greg Peppett. It's his birthday as well today. So happy birthday, Greg. I shall sing you your birthday song. Yeah, baby. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Oh, we had another birthday yesterday for Sam, I think it was. Hang on, let me just find that for you. There we are, Sam's birthday yesterday. Is that Sam on the Isle of Wight? I'm sure it is. Oh, I can't find it now. Just a moment. Let me read it. Here we go. Happy 50th birthday to Sam Howard for yesterday. That's Sam indeed on the Isle of Wight. So, yes, thank you very much for that. Happy birthday to you, Sam, for yesterday. Okay, some of your final messages, then we'll disappear. Oh, you're just talking to each other. Evan. My birthday's 30th December, 57. Oh, we've missed that, Evan. You're going to have to wait almost a whole year. But fortunately, not quite a year. Not quite a year. All right. Have a lovely day today, boys and girls. Tonight, it's quiz tonight. If you're in the North London area, do join us at the King's Head Theatre Pub in Upper Street, Islington, from 8:30 tonight. It's the big quiz, which I host every week there. Top prize is a £30 bar tab, £30 bar tab, a £30 bar tab, which is about $45, something like that in American. Please don't ask for your prize in dollars or in euros, because the answer will be no, boys and girls. This is the UK. We deal with pounds and pence here. Sterling. Remember that word, sterling, okay? Sterling. And if you're coming to the UK, you'll have a wonderful time at the moment because our pound is very low. It's very, you'll get a good deal if you're coming to the UK for a little holiday. Yeah, and if you are coming, let me know because you'll probably want to take me out for a free meal. We do like a free meal. Vegetarian, please, or a free afternoon tea. Yes. So that's the top prize. Second prize is a bottle of wine. Starts at 8:30. It's completely free to play. So you walk into the pub, sit down, I'll give you an answer sheet. We start. We don't ask for anything to play. Don't cost you £1 or anything like that. Completely free to play. You can walk out with a £30 bar tab to spend next time you're in there. You get a little voucher. And that can be spent on anything, food or anything like that. Have a lovely, lovely Tuesday. And I'll see you again very soon, boys and girls. Cheerio now. Soon, boys and girls.